Hi everyone. A lot of you liked my album that I shared, showing that I have 8 months of scripture writing in here. And I was asked to do a flip through if I could. This is the first time I think I've ever done something like this, so please bear with me. I would like to start doing more videos and lives in the group as soon as I'm able. I do have 5 very rowdy boys, and trying to find a quiet moment to film, quiet, uninterrupted moment, I should say, is very rare. But I was able to catch some time today, and I will let you see a flip through of this. We're going to start from the outside. It's very big, and I'm trying to do this one-handed. I use the twine binding to make this, and I'm kind of regretting that now. As you can see, it's starting to bend my spine. I think I have too much weight on this. So for next year's, I'm probably, I've got 2 new albums in the works for my scripture plan that I'm going to use for next year. And they only have 6 journals in each of them. Instead of the 12 I was trying to fit in this. So I only have 6 elastics instead of all the twine. And I believe that's going to work better for me, hopefully. But here's my cover. And then as we open it up, I've got the schedule for this year. I actually had my titles already made for all of our scripture plans this year. And then we've got the January journal. Can't believe that we're already in September. But as you can see, I started out doing backgrounds on these. And I found it was more time consuming, so I haven't done this on all of them. But I've added my notes. I like to try to keep everything similar, so I use the same pattern for all of my journals. Just since they were all for all the Tea and Mama Journal scripture plans. So I just wanted them to look the same. For next year's plan, I'll probably do something different than what I did for this plan. There's March. I'm not going to flip through all the pages, but you can get the gist of it. I used some pretty thick paper here because I was doing the Distress Oxides. I wanted to make sure it didn't bleed through. I think this is 24-pound paper. I use 28-pound paper in the journals that I sell. And we've got April. I liked all the colors for April. And I'm so happy to see that you all enjoy doing these scripture plans. I hope God has used them to help you with your spiritual walk. I know He has for me. It has definitely helped me. I needed it. And something I started doing, I didn't have enough pages here because some of my notes were quite a bit. And so I just made a little tip in here. I took a piece of paper and I cut it down smaller than my journal page. Then I scored it at a 1/2 inch on the side and then glued it in. So that made a nice little flip out here to give me extra journal space. And then I also used some of the journal pages that I made, the digital journal pages, and I like using them for some background decorations. Now we're into June, my favorite color, if you all hadn't figured that out by now. And the journal that I'm using, this was a 5x7, but I think for next year I may try a half letter size. That way it gives me bigger pages and more room for the notes. I'm still working on the sizing for that. I may offer that size in the journals that I sell. I'm not sure yet. If I'm going to do that or not. We'll see how it goes. I need 2 flip outs on this side. And here was August, the one I just finished. The Power of Prayer. You can see it's pretty chunky here, getting hard to turn. But I do like having everything in one spot where I can go back and look at it and read my notes. Definitely a keepsake. And then I used the ribbon enclosure for this. I probably should have used thicker ribbon because it's getting a little harder to tie. Hopefully it will hold up for a long time. But again, we just have to wait and see. I do have a smaller one that I made. This one's only this thick. I'll be using it for the rest of the year. As you can see, I made the spine a little wider than the journal, so hopefully that will be enough room to grow. So there's that one. And there's the flip through. If you have any other questions, need any more tips on journaling or anything, just let me know. I'm happy to help. And thank you all so much for being a part of this group. God bless you, and I love you guys.